Inside those endless golden sunflower fields, something happens that most people have never even heard about. Something so massive and so coordinated that it almost feels like the landscape itself is alive. Every year, giant sunflower farms across rural America, Eastern Europe, and parts of Asia shift into what farmers casually call oil mode. A kind of unspoken countdown where millions of bright, yellow heads tilt in the same direction like a giant crowd waiting for a signal. And the moment that signal comes, usually when the seeds hit the perfect internal moisture, the entire region moves like a machine. From the rumble of modified combines with oversized seed catch funnels to the low drone of transport convoys that roll out before sunrise to keep the seeds from heating up too fast. Because temperature changes can mess with the oil yield in ways that normal viewers don't really know. But the real magic starts when these tiny black seeds reach the mega processing hubs where industrial engineers have built something that feels like a cross between a food factory and a living system. With conveyor belts that don't just move, but read the seeds through microsensors that detect density, shell strength, and oil potential. So the seeds get sorted into different extraction lines like they're being guided by invisible hands. And inside those high-pressure extraction chambers, the seeds are crushed in stages. Yeah, stages, not one big smash, because each stage pulls out a different grade of oil, something most people don't even realize exists. And it's not just about squeezing. There's a whole science behind preheating seeds with controlled warm air so the oil flows smoother without breaking down its natural compounds. And if you walked through the factory, you'd see giant stainless tanks humming like they're breathing, separating impurities, using vertical spin columns that rotate so fast the floor vibrates in your shoes. And above them are these warm orange lights that keep the temperature stabilized, because sunflower oil behaves weirdly under cold conditions, turning slightly cloudy before purification. And the workers joke about it, calling it sunflower fog. But beyond the jokes, there's this high-level coordination going on between agronomists, mechanical teams, and quality chemists who test the oil in tiny glass vials that look almost like expensive perfume samples. After that, the oil goes through carbon filtration tunnels that pull out microparticles the human eye can't even see, making the liquid turn from deep gold to a cleaner, glossy amber that looks almost unreal when the factory lights hit it. And while all this happens, massive byproduct systems are grinding the leftover seed shells into protein-rich meal used for livestock and sometimes even biodegradable plastics. Because nothing goes to waste in these mega factories there, designed to be circular, efficient, like a loop with no loose ends. And by the time the final oil gets pumped into tanker trucks or bottled straight on site, the factory has already begun prepping the next batch, running nearly 24/7 during peak season. But the part no one talks about, the part that makes all this feel almost cinematic, is how all these steps from the fields to the steel tanks depend on timing so precise that one delayed truck or one 30-minute heat spike can shift the entire yield outcome of millions of liters, and that's what makes this whole process feel bigger than farming. Bigger than industry, it feels like a coordinated dance between nature and machines, a dance that most people never get to see up close. And it makes you ask yourself one more question. If sunflower oil production is this massive, this secretively complex, then what else is happening behind the scenes of everyday foods that we never think twice about?